All right, guys. Today we have Nathan here. All right, welcome in. Come on, everybody, start clapping. I'm just kidding. I'm clapping. All right. So how are you doing this
Good,
morning?
how are you?
Doing lovely. All right.
Aw.
Anyways, we want to talk about your views. Your views. You think your views are good?
I believe so.
You believe so?
Yeah.
Well, many people are depending on you to be.
Yeah, that's my
All
viewpoint.
right. A current controversial topic is surrounding women's reproductive rights. Pro-lifers argue that the unborn have a right to live, contrary to the belief that embryos are not yet a person. Scientific evidence states that the earliest human embryo is biologically alive by fulfilling the criteria needed to establish biological life. What is your stance on this?
Yeah, so before I did believe that it is the woman's choice, just because I'm a male and I don't believe I should choose for it. But after thinking some more, in the past, what some states and laws have done is that they allow abortion up to a certain time where that embryo becomes what scientifically is called living. So I do think we should resort to that, where if it's, if it's close to 9 months, you shouldn't have it, have the abortion. But if it's early on and you realize that you don't want this, then it's the woman's choice to do so. And then medical reasons kind of abstain for this, because there's points where abortion is needed for the sake of the woman.
I like that. It's really scientific. I like it. Many people believe that we need guns to use for self-defense. After taking the right to own a gun away, what other alternatives for self-protection do you believe we have?
So, if people do take away the guns, there's always going to be points where there are people in danger. But, countries like Japan and stuff, they do find a way to protect them. So law enforcement's a big one. And we do have a lot of law enforcement here in America, but there is always just so many guns and so many violent attacks that they just can't respond as fast. So the way Japan does it is they make it very strict for you to have a gun. Like you have to pass a written test, a class, 95% shooting accuracy, and then they do go into hospitals for mental health checks. So not many people in Japan have guns. So there is that culture of that.
Yeah.
But I do believe if we take away the guns, there's less of a chance for further shootings and mass attacks, and police will be able to respond easier.
Yeah. So you think we should do the same thing, similar to Japan?
Yeah, so Japan is one example. Australia also has less violence than America. America is a huge one. It is a part of the culture now that people are just every day afraid of these attacks, but we just need to be more strict on how we allow these things.
Yeah. And the last question, third one, on the topic of border security and illegals entering our country, we already discussed your opinion on what, or even if something should be done at the border. Do you think the government should do anything to handle those that are found to have entered our country and already inside? Yeah,
so I think for the ones that are currently inside or dealing in these situations, they're kind of in a weird layout where they are kind of at these camps, and a lot of them are being separated from their parents, like children separated from their parents. So I do think we should abstain from separating the kids first of all, and then I do believe that like how Japan does with guns, we can have mental health checks. So each person can go into a hospital and get those checks, and if they check out criminal record and all that stuff, then they will have the right to become and have a new life in America, so they don't have to go back to violence in their countries.
I like that. Thank you, Nathan. All right, guys, this is Nathan, and that is it.